Hi everyone, Bobbie LaPorte here again with this week's Let's Get Growing tip, where I help you take charge of your plans and accelerate your initiatives as you head into the end of this year, which is right around the corner. So this will be my last tip for 2020. I'm going to take a little break until the new year. So in this last time that you'll see me for a while, I wanted to share a little inspiration as we wind up what's been a strange and challenging year for all of us. So I want to share a story that I heard someone else tell this past week when they were talking about what 2021 might look like. So this person who was telling the story was talking about his daughter's recent graduation from high school. And as he related it, after the diplomas were handed out, the commencement speaker took the stage. It was an older woman who was an alum of the high school. And she started her speech like this. You have just graduated are from the class of 2020. I, she said, am from the class of 1968. Many of you probably don't know what a tumultuous and terrifying year that was in our country and around the world. But as bad as 1968 was, 2020 is even worse because of the widespread, everlasting impact that the pandemic has had, on all aspects of our lives. So she continued, so what happened in 1968 that made it such a terrible year? We'll hear a few things she shared. At that point, the Vietnam War was still raging, and the US had its highest casualty count that year. There was the Prague Spring and the riots in Paris. Martin Luther King and Robert F. Kennedy were both assassinated. There was widespread unrest in the country and student protests all over the world. There was violence at the Chicago Democratic Convention and protests at the Olympics. And the list goes on. There's so much more on both a national and global level that was a very, very difficult year for so many. And yet, she continued, what happened in the following year, in 1969? Well, on Apollo 11, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin set foot on the moon. The Boeing 747 made its debut, and the Concorde made its first test flight. Woodstock attracted 350,000 concertgoers to a small farm in upstate New York. The Beatles came out with their Abbey Road album. Sesame Street debuted, and that led to the launch of PBS. And Willie Mays became the first ball player since Babe Ruth to hit more than 600 home runs. And lots more. So that was her story, her address to the class of 2020. And my point? We're a country that rebounds, that's tremendously resilient and full of promise. If we're able to be hopeful, to see what's possible, and to inspire that in the people that we lead. So that's my Get Growing tip for this week and for the end of this year. Don't lose hope. Stay strong, stay safe, stay true to yourself. I wish happy holidays to you and your families and a safe and restful new year, and I'll see you in 2021.